This is Midweek Politics with Dave Pakman.
Hey, welcome back to Midweek Politics. Lewis, I have a feeling that interview with porno Pete LaBarbera is probably going to be a popular one. Do you think I'm onto something there?
Definitely, it was gold.
I mean, the things he was saying were just unbelievable. I want to move on, though, because we have plenty more to get to. I will submit to you today, and by the way, if you are not a member of Midweek Politics, this is really the perfect time to do it. And you'll find out exactly why in the next couple of weeks. So go to midweekpolitics.com/membership and become a member today. The United States, contrary to what you might hear on Fox News and on Rush Limbaugh and on a lot of news networks, including the mainstream ones, the United States is not conservative and is not center-right. The United States is a center-left nation. We always hear about a center-right nation, and I think, Lewis, it's time to set the record straight. For some reason, the conventional wisdom is center-right. Even the Democrats these days are pretty conservative, right? I mean, Hillary Clinton is a perfect case. She's a Democrat. She's not a particularly liberal individual. Would you agree?
Agreed.
I admit, when you ask people if they're liberal or conservative, they will say more often conservative, significantly more. And I will submit to you that there's a reason why. Because liberal has become a dirty word. There is a connotation now to saying that you are liberal. However, it's not true. If you actually ask people on the issues, what do you think? This is an overwhelmingly liberal country. And I will give you data. Here are two different polls. Both of these were put together by admittedly liberal organizations, but the polls themselves are not liberal. That is, Media Matters and Campaign for America's Future both put together an analysis of different polls that have been taken by unbiased, supposedly, polling organizations, Pew Research Center, Gallup, so on and so forth. Let's take a look at an analysis done of polls and see where this fits. For example, 78% of Americans say corporations have too much power. 68% want corporations to have less influence. Liberal. Am I right, Lewis?
Correct.
Now, for some reason, though, this is a center-right nation. 54% say healthcare is flat out the government's responsibility and favor the government paying for all of people's necessary medical care. Now, if you ask people, do you believe in socialized, Cuban-style communist medicine, you won't get those numbers. But if you actually ask people, is it the government's responsibility to take care of people's medical care? 54% say yes, and this is not unique. There's a Quinnipiac poll, a CBS News poll, a CNN poll. They all show 57 to 72% of Americans say the government should pay for all of people's health care. Liberal, progressive even. Now, again, if you frame the question a different way, do you believe in socialized medicine? It might appear we have a center-right nation. Not true. Taxes. 61% of Americans say their income tax level is fair. I don't even agree with that. And I'm liberal. 61%. That is a liberal point of view. 60% say rich people are not paying their fair share of taxes. That doesn't sound too conservative to me. Does it
Not
sound
at all.
good? Yeah, I don't know. Asked whether abortion should be permitted, the most common answer is always should be permitted as a personal choice, 40%. Not just in cases of rape and incest, not when there's a clear need, and not never. Always. Abortion should always be a personal choice. That's the most common answer. 77% say homosexuals should be allowed to serve openly in the armed forces, and 61% support gay marriage or civil unions. Liberal. 58%, and listen to this, Lewis, they want government to do more, even if it costs a little bit more. All of these are liberal positions. Now, people think they are not liberal. They've been convinced by the media that liberal is bad. But when you actually ask people about issues, they are liberal. Listen to this. 61% support embryonic stem cell research. Not just stem cell research. Embryonic stem cell research. 60% say the government should do more, not less, more about restricting the kinds of guns people can buy. But I thought it was only the crazy liberals who were for more gun control, Lewis. Now, the clincher is people aren't being asked about should we take away everybody's guns at a hippie powwow, right? They're being asked, should the government be doing more about restricting access to guns? And people say, yes. Again, not center-right. On every single issue that I have listed, Americans are on the liberal side. Now, do you ask them, are you liberal? Oh, no, 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 no. That's a bad word. Liberal is a dirty word. I'm somewhat conservative. I'm fiscally conservative. Just every single one of my positions is liberal. And the last one here, 75% of Americans are willing to pay more for electricity if it came from renewable sources that did not use fossil fuels. That's flat out completely progressive, is it not?
It is, but just a disclaimer, on this show we like to take polls with a grain of salt.
Well, we do, but this is an average of multiple polls. This to me is the way to analyze it.
I will say, and I know you've probably been in the room when, well, we've both had conversations with people where we ask them questions like this after they say they're conservative. Right. And the results are very similar.
And again, I hate to get into anecdotal stuff, but you're absolutely right. I have friends who aren't that into politics. They'll say, oh, I'm a Republican. I'm pretty sure I'm a Republican. Oh, well, what do you think about taxes? Are they too high? No. Would you be in favor of gay marriage? Yeah. Oh, and do you believe that we need to spend money to prevent global warming and the effect it's having? Oh, yeah, absolutely. So tell me, what is it about your positions that's conservative? Well, I tend to vote for Republican candidates. Oh, but don't they believe in everything you don't? Yeah, it kind of sounds like it. I mean, that conversation we've both had with people 10, 20, 30 times.
Many, many times.
This is, again, a compilation of many studies over many years. This is not one liberal study. These are all supposed unbiased studies. And again, the organization that put all of these together in one document is a liberal organization. I do admit that. But they are not. I have checked the source polls, and they are all accurate. So, politically, new poll on the website, midweekpolitics.com. Where does the U.S. stand politically, from liberal to conservative? Go to midweekpolitics.com, vote, and we will get to those results next week. Midweek Politics is made possible in part by CSR Wire, the corporate social responsibility newswire at csrwire.com, by DIF Design, specializing in custom business websites at difdesign.com. To find out more about underwriting Midweek Politics, visit midweekpolitics.com.